Well, everything's going up in the air. My world's been turned and there's much concern as I succumb to despair. So much change, so many fractions I must repair. So much pain I know I must face. I've been running for many years now. So many years now. New understandings creeping in at alarming speed as we begin a new path and seek what is deep within. How many secrets live in the pit of my stomach? I wonder that at the month I sundered. Before that I always knew I'm sound. Now that's out the window. Can someone tell me really who I am? But I ain't been sure for a minute now. Clouded in doubt how I'm living now. Wide awake as my mind replays the same old cycles in new types of ways. I pedal and pedal and oh how I pedal, searching for answers. Oh how I'd settle for blissful ignorance. That thought don't last too long, cause I really do wanna know just
is there a reason why we lay you wide awake?
Who am I? Well, I've never been that sure, but I've never been closer to the truth as I've been. Them thoughts I've been holding to for too long now, and I do not doubt every question I start with who, what, how would only lead me to know where the real me is concealed. And beneath me I'm so scared to find the truth. Real seekers are so rare in this time. It's too easy to turn to fear and decline to move with the purpose nearer to beneath the surface and return with a clearer mind to use. Cause right now my mind uses me, and that's to a degree that I don't approve of. I can't get with that program I don't consume. Lots of pointless shits that I focus too long on anything other than the void that sits at my center in peace. Watches it all as it enters and leaves. Meanwhile we tend to believe that the passing drama is the extent of our being, that we amount to nothing more than doubtful, troubled thoughts trying to figure out how to suffer for a little less time in our days. Wondering how to prolong our decline and decay. I gotta believe that we more than that. Zen's been telling me to conceive is to keep falling back, to go beyond. We need to see that these thoughts are traps and absorbing that which is deep beneath the fortress that we'll need to breach through release to feel the formless that forms the backbone of this existence. For now it's back though to this resistance going up in the air. My world's been turned and there's much concern as I succumb to despair. So much change, so many fractions I must repair. So much pain I know I must face. I've been running for many years now. So many years now. New understandings creeping in at alarming speed as we begin a new path and seek what is deep within. How many secrets live in the pit of my stomach? I wonder that at the month I sundered. Before that I always knew I'm sound. Now that's out the window. Can someone tell me really who I am?
Wide awake, we lay wide awake. Wide awake, we are wide. Wide awake, we lay wide. Oh, is there a reason wide awake? We lay wide awake.
Back to this resistance, to letting go of myself being forever prone to seeming set in stone until I sever those ties. I know my mind yells, the sober night tells you a lot of things you don't want to know. You being the ego that wants to hold onto the pretty picture it patiently painted since you were a baby and watched it grow, but it became some inflated and ashamedly brazen. The real you feels like an imposter, so out of touch. We've lost our souls, we gone so rotten, we got to slow it down. It's a sick world that we live in today. And the more we progress, the more we fall back in many different ways. It's a ridiculous age that we're living through, and it pickles my brain if I witness too much of what's going on in this crazy society. The game's being played, it's frustrating, inciting me to walk away, leave it all behind, retreating to myself until I form the kind of ordered mind that's formless as water. Trust me when I say I can't afford to absorb the sort of nonsense you're chatting about. Don't engage me with that, I might slap your mouth. My time is precious and it's paramount that I make sure every single last breath counts. So excuse me if I won't waste them on you. Nothing personal, don't take it as rude. There's people out there still yearning for me. Shit, leave me alone, I'm busy searching for me. Yeah. Immediately as I wake up, I begin judging my thoughts. That's a good one, that's a bad one. This one can stay, can't have that one. Yeah, we'll one take this one. Immediately as I wake up, I begin judging my thoughts. Like, that's a good one, no, that's a bad one. This one can stay, oh no, can't have that one. That one's no good, I can't have that. Running round in my head and then out to the world. What damage would that do if it sprouts and unfolds? I fear starting a habit of negative thinking. Get startled and grab it if there's a bit slipping into the fore of my mind. I spent too many years building a fortress inside this year come falling down. I never forfeit the kind of thinking I become accustomed to. Optimistic, hopeful, expecting nothing but the best. Excited to wake up and coming with the zest. The rest cannot summon, breathing love, and with each breath anything less than that I do struggle to accept. So I offer my resistance and then suffer the effects. Cause once the thought has appeared, then it's too late to resist what is a fool's game. I tried to control the next one, but that too's insane. Cause where attention goes, energy flows, and what we resist will indeed persist. This life's a paradox with a sleeve of tricks. My mind isn't broken, I don't need it fixed. I need to find where I'm holding, release it bit by bit. I slip, I trip, I do keep going though. And don't find the seeds for release, and I choose to keep sowing those until my struggles fade away and I resume the peace I know is so enticing. Till the very next day, then the next problem arises. Line them all up, I'm about to step on them, cause I is a beast. Fuck. Oh no, my heart is breaking again. Oh no, I'm getting faded again. Oh no, I'm about to break down in tears any second now. Yeah. Round and round in these circles I go. Yeah. Drowning out all the hurting I know. Pulling myself up from down and out, the only purpose I chose. Yeah. It's like a never-ending circus I throw myself into. Head first and I go burn my concerns in the purses I smoke. Fuck everything, I'm about to further my hopes of taking myself to the dirt. Cause I cope with these emotions, a self-defeating way. Indeed I'm hopeless, I can't help but flee the pain. I'm down to seek a state to drown the feeling. Hey, that shit's just been built into me somewhere, and I'm ready to feel it. But still, regardless, to begin with me run scared. I guess I'd like to be always pleasant inside. I fought for many years with a devilish mind that's ahead of a thing, and caught up in it is where I do tend to reside. So I'm watching closely for a negative line before it takes a hold. I sever that tie, and with those emotions come plenty of that. I don't trust that shit, I be wary in fact, cause I see the way my mind be setting these traps, habits in waiting. So I don't dare to be sad. Me, I like to just bottle it up, let it fester until it properly fucks me up. Worse than it would have done if I'd have just felt it in the first instance. Oh no, my heart is breaking again. Oh no, I'm getting faded again. Oh no, I'm about to break down in tears any second now. Yeah. Round and round in these circles I go. Yeah. Drowning out all the hurting I know. Pulling myself up from down and out, the only purpose I chose. Yeah. Shit. But I ain't been ready to learn that lesson, so I smoke for weeks until it hurts and lessens the worst expectancy they place on my life. I heard the cemetery's a haven for minds to indulge in themselves. I'm going crazy at times, tying myself up in these knots again. Like every so often I opt to spend weeks in the ditch. Oh, I'm not a friend to my heart and soul, no, I'll often send them into oblivion. Ever since a kid I've been built with resilience, but with them lessons we're probably spilt in some silly bits of information like boys don't cry, man up son, employ that pride, don't let nobody see that void inside. But you know sometimes it takes more strength to be weak than it does to be strong. So now I'm on my knees as I summon the onslaught of cascading tears, and endless worry man made them fears when he descended from the ability to recognize what is true in his heart and true in his mind, and move on that path and do it in time before it's 2 minutes past the last chance you had to get your shit together. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Hey, yeah. This fucking separation is really pissing me off now. How could something so right be so wrong? That I lost how to maintain my peace of mind. To stay sane I need some time, but all I wanna do with my time is give it to you. Why is that so difficult to do? Why'd I have to rely on my instincts to move me in the right direction? Trust me baby, I'm quite desperate to move the other way. Wanna cling on to you and run away. My love does rage 1,000 times stronger than the sun does on a summer's day. I suffocate on the pain that's summoned. I obey and succumb and suffer in ways I've never known before. You're really deep inside me, love. You're really lodged in there, and not having you around has got me feeling not despair, but something quite close. I've been writhing in pure anguish. When I cry it's quite close to scary at times. I'm worried that I might ignite a fire that won't subside because we climb so high, you and I. It's no surprise the low is so very low indeed. I don't know about you, but I've never known such joy. You take that away, you're left with a hopeless void, that empty feeling. I'm hollowed out, barely breathing as I wallow. Wow, it's heavy deep in this sorrow. I'm so solemn now, I don't want nothing to do with no one. If it ain't you, I keep my eyes fixed on the prize, and that's a great view. The day you and I come back together for take two, that's how I seen it in my visions. And I've been receiving premonitions of late too, so 5 months on and it still feels wrong waking up without you. There's an emptiness in the center of me chest, and it's about to swallow me whole. I felt hopeless so often, me know the show goes on. There's plenty more fish in the sea, but don't offer me no one. If it ain't you, we came through many ups and downs and stayed true to the way to a love that lasts an age. Who are we to stand in the way of such a fateful coming together? But now our loving is separate, got me feeling nothing but desperate. But it's okay too, the pain moves with a bit of time. Takes a while when you're intertwined, you're in my heart and in my mind, and I don't want that to change. We've both been struggling with letting go, even though it don't feel set in stone. How easy it would be to forget it all and just pretend we don't want two different things, singing two different hymns. We're still on the same sheet, but still the true difference is simply too big for us to work it out. We're taking turns to turn around, forget that fact, desert the now, stepping back to the hurt and doubt for certain. Now it's time to move on, but I can't believe this shit. I'm with it 1 minute, next the idea got me feeling sick. I dream of it, the feel of it, so vivid I wake up screaming fits of terror. And now lurking deep in the night time, when the bright sky returns, I'll be in the right mind around 9 times out of 999. At best, I still can't seem to find the zest that I once knew. All I feel when I wake up is the hole that once you filled up with such a love. Ooh, I was overflowing with delight. We were always glowing so bright, but our time was always going to be quite limited. I guess it's difficult to digest, cause we were only growing stronger right until the end. Until this day I still depend on having you in my life. In some way I still pretend that it'll all work out. I guess I'm just an eternal optimist. We're all burned out, but still I succumb to the urgent up to give whatever I can at every point in this journey, girl, cause this love is truly pure. And if we ain't got that, then what is the fucking point in this dirty world? It sure wasn't closed before, but this last 6 months my world's been blown wide open. My world now meaning much more than this earth on which I find myself. Myself now meaning something infinitely bigger than I previously imagined. What I imagine is now stretching further than what I conceivably can fathom. What I can fathom is ever growing as I stay open to the memory of everything I have learned and will learn over an eternity of this burning love that lights the fire behind my eyes, that stare down at this paper being one with me as I journey back to creation. Now sitting more comfortably than I have done in many months. For me this has always been a priority. My priorities now melting away as I lose taste for any preference. My preference leading me only to disappointment when an alternative arises. That's what happened 6 months ago. It still hurts a bit inside, but with some time I could sit tight and learn a bit of insight that I'd never known before. No meaning experienced in the past, even though in the future I knew it. In the future I used it to tend to the confusion. I'll prove both to have accumulated, which brings us to today. And by today I mean tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean never. But never can only be forever, and from that heaven we can never be severed. So never be severed. Catch me reading, holding the face of whatever, extending love and compassion are my greatest endeavor. Commonplace or events that will test out my faith, but I face up to them with the heavenly grace. I transverse these planes so seamlessly, needing for nothing with nothing. I need to be me. I'll be content in the knowledge that what seems to be a message is really a test, an opportunity to grow to the being I next wish to be. I'm living life wishfully, then I watch it unfold even better than I'd imagined. It couldn't possibly go any better until I let go of that idea and it blossoms and grows to the size of my next grandest vision. My next plan is bigger than what I'd ever dreamed to be possible. Achieving it doesn't seem to be probable, but a dream is unstoppable if the belief can reach into the deepest recesses in my creative mind. See, I was made to refine what we believe to be truth. I only need to be true to what is plain in my sight. I can taste the divine, I'm just finding my place, taking my time to get it right in the face of the games that my mind likes to play as it tries to pull me back under control. Oh, but I'm gone and it's so fucking tasty out here lately. I ain't doing nothing hasty round here, baby. It's so perfectly measured. This a yearning for perfection. If it ain't serving a purpose in my search I feel pleasant, then I terminally reject it. It's out the window, eternally destined to be a fading memory as I go onward seeking wisdom and love. They go hand in hand and they fit like a glove on my slender fingers. I'm here to test the limits and bend the physics and fuck with biology and defend the privilege of existing as a sovereign being. We are not here to be stopped by the fear of the ignorant many. I'm sick of living as anything other than the God-given life that I am, and you're stupid if you think I can be stopped from exercising my plan. My plan is to be me, and my plan is to be you, and my plan is to be free, and my plan is to be true. Yeah. I had to break our hearts to get some peace of mind, but I keep a piece of yours, you keep a piece of mine. As the waters rage ever filled with trouble, know that nobody has abandoned this ship, and we still will tumble through this time together, through all kinds of weather, with a bind that tethers us through all types of endeavors, as we try but our best to just maintain this love. You know it ain't as fun as it used to be, but if it's you and me, it's beautifully laboursome. I labour for some time before I give up this connection, as we toss and we turn, still can't rip up this respect that we share for each other. Oh, it's nothing but love. It ain't going and coming, it's just something that does make perfect sense. You know, baby, it's okay, we got plenty of time in order this heartbreak. Give me plenty of rhymes, it's heavy inside some of these feelings in the deep of the night, as you seep into my dreams and then leave me with a nice big hole in the center of my chest. I know I'm meant to bring the best of myself to each day, but my whole head is in a mess, and these days are filled with much deep pain, which speaks only to the sweet ways of the love that we gained. Then we made something that'll outlast the part of this path that we came to. Still today you seem unable to grasp what went down, cause one day it was beautiful, the next it was over. You could say it was unusual, I guess that it was. Round and round we go lately, up and then down. Oh, it's sound though, you know, baby, we ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing that time can interrupt. If it's us in existence, it's us intermingling, singing those sweet harmonies. Just please pardon me while I figure this shit out, and you do the same. It suits me just beautifully if it suits you to stay. I don't know what on earth we're doing, but we're doing it still. Never mind swallowing, we chew bitter pills and spit them back out, then stick them back in. Still can't get enough, can't get sick of battling all these tiresome emotions. At times we're just coping, the days are a struggle. You find some are hopeless, and that breaks my heart. I wanna be there for you always, but that ain't my path at the minute. I wish it was, but if I'm sticking to pissing off my gut feeling, then I might soon explode. My vision was fucking up, my mind was super close to being resigned to losing those best parts of myself. A departure from health in every every single way, but being apart from you does also bring decay. So when trying to think of ways to still nurture our love, dreaming of simpler days, to now we'll stick to pain and suffering, taking it in turns to play the comforting role. It's really something, you know, the dedication we muster and hold in the depths of the struggle. We only grow fonder 6 months apart, and we only know what a truly great bond this is. We want different things, but they say the opposites attract, and we sure do that. We can't stay away for long before we crawl on back. Caught up in this awesomely torturous trap, catch me grasping the floor at the thought of a Sam without Anna. Fuck that shit, no, this is love, that's it. Round and round and round we go lately, up and then down, no, it's sound low, you know, baby. We ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing that time can interrupt. If it's us in existence, it's us intermingling, singing those sweet harmonies. Just please pardon me while I figure this shit out, and you do the same. It suits me just beautifully if it suits you to stay. Suits you to stay. Fuck's going on lately? I try not to question too much, cause when I do, the lack of answers just really scares me. It gets really hairy, I can hear things barely through the sounds of my thoughts. I could drown them of course, but I'm too damn anxious to take a puff at this spliff. Not that I still won't try. You know I find comfort in this lack of comfort, as I sit back and wonder what I did like to come to such a state of dependence. I can't stay on the fence cause I'm all or nothing. For 10 years I played this game back and forth, in love with the torture that comes with the forlorn, or tumbling the sore lungs are something to behold for sure. Yeah, we go round and round, building myself back from down and out on a regular basis. The temptation, ooh, I just won't say no. Straight back to it as soon as I feel the emotions take hold, like I'm hoping they won't see me hiding behind this cloud of smoke. I lay low, hey ho, I'm coping. If I say so, I suppose it's how it goes, right? Yeah.
So alone, I feel so alone. So alone, got me feeling so alone. You won't keep me down, no, it's complicated. So alone, got me feeling so alone.
I look myself in the mirror, it's a hell of a state. I'm a stain on my soul even though I don't say it. I know that the pain is the road I'm not taking, fade into the distance like yeah, it twists me up inside. I can't sit still, there's always something I have to be doing. I'm losing the love that lights up my eyes. Whoa. Joy's out the window, I'm flat through the day and I'm poised to go schizo at any second now. That's how it goes when you ignore your no and get back to devouring those ample opportunities to be the worst of yourself. Gimme, I eat them all up. I make my promises in the evening, I mean them, but by the morning they sound feeble as fuck. My will quick, lead your road, so many spliffs in my mind. Just give me your dose and let me move through the day without dealing with emotions. Leave me with a focus deep within the moments that make up these days that otherwise I waste. Hating the ways that my thoughts come forth, I'm overly torn because my brain is the main source of pain in my days. So it's a shame it remains the only constant in my life.
So alone, keep me down. No, it's complicated. So alone, got me feeling so alone.
Take me further than I dared to dream, and give me more than I would ever need. Pack my bags when I'm scared to leave, make this existence heavenly. I'm prepared to meet the worst of this life, to then find the best. Let me dive to depths I couldn't imagine, with the kind of zest that I wouldn't have fathomed. This life's the best, and I just wanna feel that shit. I wanna feel it all. I just wanna be that shit. I really wanna be it all. I'm feeling a bit blocked with my writing at the minute, cause I've been feeling a bit lost in my mind. I tried to grip it and hold it still, but it's slipping. It knows my will, but it listens to no one. Drills a little hole in my head, doubt and confusion, all I know in my head. Everything that I thought I knew comes pouring out, now I'm falling too. I tried to force it down, but still all I do is question everything. I can't form a view, cause I caught a glimpse of the ox's bottom. It was only briefly, but I've not forgotten how everything is one, it's all connected. This everything called love is all we're left with if you strip us down. Release the ego, I lost mine for 10 minutes. Now the seed has been sown, my mind's a mess. I need that freedom. Those 10 minutes, I need to feel those all the time. They were filled with wonder, now I walk the path that can bring that oneness. And that path is filled with uncertainty, but the lack of comfort ain't deterring me. I was built for this, I've been yearning, see, for many years now. I'm a determined being, see the way we live is an absurdity. And I can feel your pain and it's hurting me. I got a fire burning, this my 3rd degree shit. Wait until you all see my 4th. I lost who I was, so now I'm free to form any shape I please. I've been feeling shapeless, so patiently I just wait and see where I need to take it for me to make it. Take me further than I dare to dream, and give me more than I would ever need. Pack my bags when I'm scared to leave, make this existence heavenly. I'm prepared to meet the worst of this life, to then find the best. Let me dive to depths I couldn't imagine, with the kind of zest that I wouldn't have fathomed. This life's the best, and I just wanna feel that shit. I wanna feel it all. I just wanna be that shit. I really wanna be it all. For me to make it onto pastures greener, I need to find a way to calm the streamer. Endless thoughts that causes this hard demeanor. I know I seem bizarre, but I'm just stuck in my head is all. I can speak on my pain, but I suffer instead and fall deep into thinking. You can see that I'm sinking, I don't come up for breath at all, so most leave me be. Some will invest a small amount of effort to prize me out, but they try in vain, you won't find me now. I got too much to ponder, I used to go yonder. Now I see the real fruit is beyond the reach of this conceptual mind. To be free of what seems an inseparable tie is now what I'm seeking. You can bet that with time I will not be beaten. I'm expecting to find nothing less than the best that this life can offer me. That's my prophecy. Once my mind is set, there's no stopping me. I mean, that's not quite true, but I often speak these things into existence. It's in my best interest to tinker with bits of the stories I share. You gotta pave your road before you can walk it. Once I saw that the glory was there for the taking, I ordered them bricks that I carefully laid in a fortunate trip you wouldn't dare to be making if all of your shit wasn't in its order. Within all the sickness and trauma we live in to form a state of balance is a hell of a feat, but that's where we find stillness, and from there we can seek and reach beyond even what we dare to believe. Take me further than I dared to dream, and give me more than I would ever need. Pack my bags when I'm scared to leave, make this existence heavenly. I'm prepared to meet the worst of this life, to then find the best. Let me dive to depths I couldn't imagine, with the kind of zest that I wouldn't have fathomed. This life's the best, and I just wanna feel that shit. I wanna feel it all. I just wanna be that shit. I really wanna be it all.